Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks.
Well, hello again. I wish I could see your face tonight, but I guess I'll just have to settle for you seeing mine. Which, now that I say that, I realize that's not an ideal arrangement for anyone. But I guess we'll just have to suffer through it until this is all over. What I thought we would do tonight is look at a particular psalm that I think has a special meaningfulness to us right now with all of this going on. It's Psalm 84, and just like last week, I encourage you to grab a Bible. Try to do anything you can to make this as normal as possible. Try to make this like church if you can. So hopefully that means having a Bible in front of you for Bible class. So Psalm 84 is what we're going to be looking at. My particular version has a little heading above this psalm. Maybe yours has it too. But it says, "My soul longs for the courts of the Lord." That has some special meaning to us right now. Aren't you longing for the courts of the Lord? Aren't you longing for church? Aren't you longing for a time when you can be with your church family again? I know I am. I can't wait for that day. And so I thought this psalm would be extra fitting tonight. Let's look at this briefly. The psalmist says, "How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of hosts. My soul longs, yes, faints, for the courts of the Lord. My heart and flesh sing for joy to the living God. Even the sparrow finds a home, and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may lay her young at your altars, O Lord of hosts, my King and my God. Blessed are those who dwell in your house, ever singing your praise. Blessed are those whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion. As they go through the valley of Baca, they make it a place of springs. The early rain also covers it with pools. They go from strength to strength. Each one appears before God in Zion. O Lord God of hosts, hear my prayer. Give ear, O God of Jacob. Behold our shield, O God. Look on the face of your anointed. For a day in your courts is better than 1,000 elsewhere. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. No good thing does he withhold from those who walk uprightly. O Lord of hosts, blessed is the one who trusts in you. My soul longs for the courts of the Lord. I think that really is a fitting psalm right now. If you're anything like me, your soul is longing for the courts of the Lord right now, just like this psalmist was. Now, I understand that this isn't exactly a one-for-one comparison. During the time of this psalm, the thought was that God was dwelling physically within the temple. We don't have that anymore, right? We understand that God's Spirit lives within us. We know that the Lord does not dwell in houses made by human hands. We know that auditorium over there across the parking lot, it's nothing special. It's just a building. We get that. But there is just something special that happens when we're gathered together. On Sunday mornings, Sunday evenings, even Wednesday evenings, whenever we are together in spirit, whenever we're singing the same songs, the same words, whenever our voices are in unison, praising the Lord, when our hearts and our minds are focused together on one particular passage or one particular spiritual idea, man, that's an incredible experience. It's like we are even closer into God's presence at that time as a church. And we're cut off from that to an extent right now. Yes, we can still watch these worship videos. We get to listen to the music and sing along. I hope you're doing that. I hope you are singing along. We get to watch the sermon. We're still together in spirit as a church, but we're not together physically. Man, I miss that. Don't you? I hope you do. This phrase here, my soul longs for the courts of the Lord. I feel that. I really do. I hope you do too. I hope that your soul longs for the courts of the Lord. I hope that you have that longing deep within you right now. But the big thing for us is, are we going to have that longing in 6 months? Are we going to have it in a year? Will we still have it in 10 years? The truth is, this whole social distancing thing, it's going to be over soon. I don't know when. And maybe these days are dragging on where it's going to feel like forever for us. But it's going to be over soon, whether that's in a couple weeks, a month, whenever. Things are going to go back to normal. We're going to be together again worshiping just like we used to. And it's going to be a great experience. I'm going to be so excited. That first worship back, man, that may be the best worship service we ever have at Slicer Street. I don't know. It's going to be great. But we all know how things are when we get into a routine, don't we? We know what's going to happen for a lot of us, right? We're going to go back to the same old, and it's going to be just like it used to be. For a lot of us, I hope it doesn't get back to how it used to be. I hope it is so much better than it's ever been. I hope that we always remember this time when we couldn't be together. And I hope that from now on, from this point moving forward until the end of time, our souls long for the courts of the Lord. Make sure what the psalmist says in this particular psalm applies to you for the rest of your life. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of hosts. My soul longs, yes, faints for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh sing for joy to the living God. Is that true of you right now? Is it going to be true for you whenever we can be together again? And whenever we've been meeting together for a year, is that statement still going to be true for you? For a day in your courts is better than 1,000 elsewhere. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. Is that verse true for you right now? Is it going to be true for you in a year? 5 years, 10 years? Whenever we're back into a routine and everything is comfortable again? Will your soul still long for the courts of the Lord? I know it does now. If you're watching this video on a Wednesday night, if you have cut out a small part of your life to have some form of a worship, I know that your heart is longing for the courts of the Lord. You want to be here. But is it still going to be that way in the future? I sincerely hope so. I can't wait for the day when we get to be back together again. My soul is longing for it. I hope yours is too. And until then, we just have to keep making the best out of a bad situation. We're going to keep doing these videos. We're going to keep worshiping together. And we're going to keep on being the church.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Lord of all, to Thee we raise this our sacrifice of praise. For Thy church that evermore lifteth holy hands above, offering up on every shore her pure sacrifice of love. Lord of